of the strange and the absurd, where Bubs and Spuds and the Gamble roam and explore. A podcast so unique, it'll blow your mind. Welcome to the world of the ineffably sublime. They delve into the depths of the unknown, where the spirit of the woodpecker has grown, unraveling mysteries, pushing all the boundaries. Bingo McDonald, a host with eccentric tendencies. Step into the realm of the ineffably sublime, where the peculiar, bizarre intertwine. Join the journey as they unravel the tapestry of life's enigmas and endless possibilities.
What's going on, Sublime Squad? Thank you for joining us for this lovely edition of Ineffably Sublime. I'm Deej, and with me, as always, is Mr. Mitch McGamble. What's going on,
Hello.
So, yeah, we're here today. We don't have a producer today for this episode, so we are in. This is what do you want to call it? I don't want to call it another defibrillator pod, but it's like something to keep things
Summertime hijinks.
summer. What?
I don't know.
Summertime hijinks pod.
Yeah, the summertime hijinks. It's summertime, and we had to do episodes because I'm going to be on vacation here very shortly. So and our shows are usually filled with a little bit of hijinks and tomfoolery and whatnot.
Camaraderie.
Camaraderie ship, and some jib jabs and some titty lumps and all sorts of stuff. So I don't know what we would call it though.
Yeah. So guys,
Yeah.
we over the weekend we saw Deadpool and Wolverine. We're not going to be talking about that here. You can catch our bonus pod if you. I think this episode will probably be out before the bonus pod. So catch our bonus pod later in the week, and where we talk about Deadpool and Wolverine. Hopefully by that point, maybe more people have seen it. It starts off with the spoiler-free review, and then it goes into deep spoiler territory. So, here's your warning on this end.
Yeah. Yep.
And that being said, what else can you tell me about your weekend?
Well, yeah, shit. Really, nothing. Really, you were the highlight. I went to the Dented Keg Friday. Had a flatbread pizza. That was good. I tell you what, this was the first time I'd been there, because anyone that's been to the Dented Keg or Dented Keg, I always want to call it Rusty Keg. There's those train tracks that are literally right beside it.
Yeah.
And holy shit, when you're sitting there trying to bullshit, because I went with John, an old coworker of mine, and we were done eating, just talking, and then all of a sudden we heard the train whistle. And then that fucking train came through, and holy hell is that loud.
Dude, I used to live, you know where the diner is in DuBois?
Yeah.
Okay. Right alongside, the train tracks that go across the boulevard, and then they go beside the Harley shop, and then down, and then they cross over by CVS.
Yeah.
So I used to live right there on one of those side streets between the Harley shop and CVS, directly next to train tracks. Like they were, they were in my yard.
Oh my God.
And this was right after I got hired at Danone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking, I got hired at Danone in 2019 of February. I was in this house in March.
Oh, damn.
So I was just starting night shift. And we would go home. Tammy and I were both on nights. The kids were in daycare. So we'd go home. We'd get home at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning and go to sleep. And then the train would come through and it would shake our whole house.
Oh my God.
And we were on the top floor, and our bedroom was just adjacent to the train tracks.
Ugh.
And it was ridiculously loud. And it would happen during TV shows, during anything, literally we used to do a Christmas podcast and the fucking train would come through and I'd have to fucking pause and be like, this is all bullshit. Like,
yeah, that's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, it drove me nuts because we're sitting there talking and you're whoa, and it's like, oh, are you kidding me?
yeah, and that's the worst. The horn is the precursor, and you could hear it coming, and I'd be like, "Oh my god," that would wake you up, and then you'd sit there and you'd have to listen to, this fucking humongous train,
Ugh.
and it was like every Thursday or every other, whatever the schedule was. It just happened to be random, and it was just insane.
Yeah, see, that's
So
what.
fucking long.
Yeah, and John, who I used to work with, he has a place right along the tracks too, because he's able to just walk from his place to the keg, and that's what he's like. Imagine hearing that sometimes at 2 a.m, and I'm like, I don't know how you can do it. He's like, after a couple years, he said you get used to it.
I never got
used
used to it.
Yeah, he says it's still annoying. He said, but it's tolerable now. I'm like, oh, God bless you.
That house that I lived in, man, there's so many negatives about it. And I don't know. It was just kind of like, Tammy was going through a divorce. I had just gotten done with my divorce. We found the first place that we could possibly afford. Right in town. I was like, oh, this is so fast to everything. Like, it's literally, a 2-minute drive to Walmart and, 2 minutes to work. Like, the location was supreme.
Right.
But the house itself was just an absolute shit show.
Oh. Fucking
it was just tracks. The train tracks were bad. The carport was deplorable. I always got a ticket for parking out front because for some reason I just wasn't allowed to. I guess I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah, it made no sense at all. It was right behind the stone yard of Colup's True Value, so that was going on all the time.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it was insane. I know, and then they marketed the place as like they're like, oh, this is a pet-free home. And then I was like, okay, cool. So we moved in March. And then by the time summertime rolled around and started heating the place up, it smelled like piss all the time. And I was like, I don't understand. This pet-free home smells like piss.
Yeah. What the hell is up with that?
I don't know. And the yard, for whatever reason, had a nice yard. I was like, this yard is nice. And he's like, yeah, just got to take care of mowing it. Well, I didn't have I didn't have a shed. It didn't come with a mower. I had to have all my own shit. So I would often go to my parents' house and borrow my parents' mower. Well, this mower would not handle the yard because for whatever reason, the yard was a swamp.
Oh.
And it would overgrow like crazy amounts of grass.
Mm-hmm.
And my mower couldn't do it. And I often put off mowing. And my landlord's like, oh, just call me. If you ever need me to mow it, just call me. I'll do it. So he makes this huge deal about it because the city was like, hey, this property needs their grass cut. So he would call me and be like, can you mow it? And I'd be like, no, I can't fucking do it. Like, I'm telling you, it's a piece of shit. Like, he's like, fine. So he gets all pissy one day and he drives his mower over and he's like, I'll fucking show you how to mow it. And he gets on a rider and then blows up his mower.
I was just saying he probably ended up getting stuck or some shit, didn't he?
No, he blew it up.
Okay.
Because I told him it was a piece of shit. I was like, the yard sucks. It doesn't mow. I said, you do something about it. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we ended on bad terms. Him and I.
That sounds like it. Yeah, that's all right though. It all worked out.
It is. Not much I can do about it now.
Not really. No. Yeah, fucking train tracks and swampy grass. Yeah. Let's see, what else did we do this week? I hung out with you guys at the movies.
Yeah, you got to meet the other half of my little friend group that has just seemingly just beginning. I mean, I used to work with Ian at Domino's, never really hung out with them, but that was fun. And then Tom and Lori.
Yeah, they all seem good group of people. Yeah, I talked to Ian quite a bit there, and actually all three of them I ended up talking to here and there throughout the night. So that it was a really fun night. I enjoyed it.
Good.
Of course, I was a nervous wreck because people that don't know, me and Autumn got a new vehicle last week, or well, as we say this, it was last week. Um, and it's basically a brand new car. And the whole way home, I'm just like, because you're driving from DuBois to Clearfield, and everybody that drives that knows if you're not doing 80, if you're doing, going through Rockton, that deer just love to just jump around. There's always dead deer on the road or some sort of animal comes running. So it literally, I was driving like an old man. Like it was when it was a 55, I was going like 45. It took me forever to get home because I'm so nervous. I'm so cautious with this vehicle now because I'm like, because you hear those stories of people like, yeah, I just got my car and in a week I hit a deer, or in a week this blew out, and I'm like, I don't want to be that guy telling that story. So I am going slow as shit, and if somebody's got to pass me, then they're just going to pass me. Just luckily I didn't run into any traffic, but I was very, very slow because when I texted Autumn, told her I was on my way home. By the time I pulled in, she's like, that was like well over a half an hour. She's like, what took you so long? And I'm like, I was being very careful. And she's like, yes, I agree. She's like, I don't blame you.
It's terrifying, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like I live in the lake, so I feel like it's ground zero for deer population. Like there's so many deer here.
Yeah.
And I mean, every day, like there's probably 5 deer in my yard right now. It's nonstop.
Yeah. It's
And
amazing.
I know at any point of the day, they're just everywhere. Like you drive in, it's like a zoo.
Yeah. We have a little family walking in our backyard. It's a mother and 2 fawns. I don't know, like what it is, or is it just fawn? If
I don't know.
Fawnsies? I don't know.
Fawnsies.
Because they scared the shit out of me. It was I always say last week. It might have been. I think it was 2 weeks ago. I went out and threw garbage into our garbage thing, and all of a sudden I just see these 3 sets of eyes staring at me, and I'm like, "What the hell?" And then I'm really looking. I'm like, "Oh my god, it's a mother and 2 kids," and they're just staring at me. I'm staring at them, and then we went on our separate ways. But they bounce around once in a while. I haven't seen them for a while. It's been a week since I've seen them. Yeah, because everything's a week.
Oh, so back in the ancient times, in the days of yore, hunters would beat around the bush to flush out game.
So the game is in the bush.
Yeah.
So if you beat around the bush, okay. So you're smacking around the bush so that the animal comes out of the bush, and then they shoot it as it's coming out of the bush.
So for those just tuning in, this is so funny. This is pre-context for the beginning of the conversation of the Deadpool, the Deadpool review.
Oh, that's right.
Later in the week.
Yeah, this isn't the same episode, is it?
No. So I just decided to look it up. So some pre-context. So you're going to learn about the bush, and then you're going to hear me and Mitch be like, "Why did they say that?" later in the week, because we recorded that first.
Yeah.
So yeah, to beat around the bush to flush out. The bush in question refers to the underbrush where game might be hiding. Beating around the bush involves striking the bush with sticks. Oh, they're actually striking the bush.
Oh, you actually hit the bush.
Yeah.
So why they say so they should say, instead of don't beat around the bush, say just don't beat the bush.
Beat around, so they're beating the exterior of the bush.
So beat around the bush. But they are really beating the bush. So don't beat the bush. So if you're not beating around the bush, you're going to just beat the bush, I guess. I don't know.
So the metaphorical use evolved over time to describe someone who is avoiding the main topic or being indirect with their speech, much like how hunters would avoid directly confronting the game hidden in the bush. Wow.
That's
been
wild
figuratively used since the 15th century.
That's a long time that people have been beating around that bush.
That's right.
Huh.
Anyway, so Friday night we went out to Punxsy and we spent some time for Amanda's birthday. So happy birthday to our producer, Amanda.
That's right. It was her birthday.
Yeah, and it was the last time that I'm going to be able to 3D print her a gift. because she bought her own 3D printer. So
Oh, did she?
yeah,
Oh, what did you
3D
What did you 3D printer?
It is this. It's a 3-part pistachio bowl.
Hmm.
So it's got it's like a a regular run of the mill bowl underneath, right? And it's got a part that goes on top, where you put all your pistachio nuts.
Okay.
And it's got a
Nice.
hole in the one side of it, so you can put all your shells. You can crack it, put your shells in the hole, and then underneath that, it's got like a sweeper, right? So you can turn the bowl, and it sweeps the shells away.
Oh,
So you can just keep turning and cracking and turning and cracking until it's completely full.
nice. So Amanda's she's a pistachio liker, huh?
I guess.
Can you do this with other nuts? Can you do this with like your run of the mill peanut, or does it have to be? Is it like the size of the holes and stuff, like pistachios only?
I would assume you could do it with any kind of nut.
Okay,
It's pretty neat.
Maybe-
Pretty neat little contraption.
maybe not a walnut. Walnuts are pretty big, aren't they?
Yeah, probably not a walnut.
Yeah. Walnuts
I don't
are
know. I wouldn't
stupid.
know. I can't. I'll never be able to eat any of those ever again. Probably.
Oh, you never know. Your body changes. What do they say? Your body changes every 7 years. So you might
It's
You
not
might
that
become-
though. It's the fear. I'm not. What I don't want to find out. I'm not going to wait every 7 years.
Oh,
to
I
be
think
like,
you
"Oh, let's put
should."
this almond in my mouth and see what happens."
Come on.
I did not enjoy the reaction that I had the first time, and my doctor warned me that the next one could be death.
I think it's a risk willing to take.
Is it?
No, not really.
I feel like I'm
wouldn't.
going to find out at work. Like if we fire up almond and I don't feel disgusting, then
Yeah, I think that would be because you don't want to. Because I'm not saying just grab a bunch of almonds and just start eating them. But yeah, if you're like somewhere around almond fumes, like you said, like at work, walk down to Firm where they got one of the open barrels. I was gonna say barrels weird there.
retard.
You said retarded. That part was so fucking funny. But yeah, just hover around a barrel and see what happens. How long have you known you've been allergic to almonds?
Well, since I came down to yogurt, so
Oh, okay. You still got a ways to go then.
oh yeah, a while,
Till we try this.
a long while.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was literally the same week.
That's right. You have said this.
The timing was just impeccable.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I told Hesson that he looked like he'd seen a ghost.
Oh jeez.
I no joke. I told him, I was like, hey, I told him and Kate, and they were both like, what the fuck? How long have you known? And I'm like, I just found out yesterday.
Oh.
Like, we don't know what to do.
Hey, you've been all right.
Because they don't hire you. That's one of the first things they ask you.
Mm-hmm.
If you have an allergy to tree nuts. And if you say yes, they don't hire you.
Yeah. True.
And I was like, I swear to God, I had no idea. Like, at this point, you don't have any choice to believe me. I'm a 5-year employee, so I don't know what to tell you.
Yep. But like I said, I think overall you've done okay. I mean, I'm not you, so I mean, I know you always have to take medicine, the nights that we're running almond. But it doesn't seem to does it really have a real bad effect on you? Like when we're running, like if you're on,
Yeah, I just feel like all of you are tired of hearing me bitch about it, so I don't say anything.
Okay.
But it does mostly. Yeah, it has my nose is constantly clogged up. My tongue is mostly numb all the time, and my stomach usually hurts pretty bad.
That's a shame.
And
No, I'm kidding.
it gives me a headache most of the time, and yeah.
Oh Jesus!
I'm incredibly fearful of any. Like I said, watching you clean out the trough at the end of line 5 when it's almond. Literally, to me, it feels like you're just handling lava. Like,
so you have like a huge amount of respect for me when you see me do this. It looks like I'm like knee deep in
yeah, like you're my hero.
Oh, I love that. I'm gonna make eye contact with you when I do it.
That one time that you were on break and I had all that almond all over the place. So I texted Nate and I just said help.
Yeah.
He come running over and he goes, "Holy fuck, bud, what are you doing?" And I'm like, I can't do it, man. I don't know what to do. There's never been a point in my work life that I feel more useless than when we're running almond and shit starts going wrong and I'm just standing there.
Nah, there's more than that. Ah, I'm kidding.
No, I'm not. No joke. There are
Yeah.
plenty of times where I feel useless, but
No.
that is the most. It is so intimidating, and I just want absolutely no part of it. And like
Get
I
it.
feel bad because there are times where our lead is hovering over me, like, dude, are you gonna do something? Like no, bro, I can't. Like I will, but I don't want to leave early, and I don't want to put you through that.
Right.
So for my safety and yours, no.
Yep.
So and I feel bad. It sucks, but
Eh,
they won't let me
hey,
have a safer job. So
we get through it. It works out, and everything's all good by the end of the night, or yeah, beginning of the night, or end of the morning, beginning of the morning.
And the
Already
scariest thing I can say is, maybe 5 years from now, when we're still running line 5, maybe everything will be okay.
Maybe, yeah. You never know. Probably
Just
not.
so
You never
scary
know,
to
though.
think that we're going to be running line 5 in 5 years.
Well, it depends on who you ask. Some people are, thinking our place is going to shut down here any day now. So,
I will say this. I will give people credit. There was no talk of anything negative at the picnic.
Well, that's good. I figured there would have been. I figured there would have been some sort of passive aggressive talk or some snide comments by somebody just to make everybody uncomfortable.
Without saying any names, I sat directly behind the warehousers.
Mm-hmm.
And the select few big mouths that we have that work in the warehouse field. They were saying things in regard to the giveaway of the vacation days.
Oh, okay.
They had some snide remarks, but I was also sitting next to the plant director, so they were keeping their mouth pretty well shut.
Nice. Yeah, I couldn't get myself to go to the picnic. Well, like I said, Izzy is she's going to start playing tennis for the school this year. And Saturday she's like she really wanted to go out and, get some practice in before the season starts. They've done there's been voluntary practices here and there. Well, then Saturday afternoon, she's like, I really want to go play tennis. And I was like, all right. So it was like, well, do I go to this company picnic that I'm really not all that jazzed to go to, or do I go play tennis with my daughter? That was a no-brainer.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. We weren't really out there all that long anyway. There's a couple tennis courts here at the driving park where the fair is. They're pretty run down, but it's something. We went there and spent about an hour. Autumn's cousin Bianca came with us, and we all ended up going out at one point and was hitting a tennis ball around. That's the first time I've hit a tennis ball or played tennis of any sort in I don't know how many years, 30 years.
Are you going to give pickleball a shot?
No. Because there's really nowhere to. I think Kerwinsville's got a pickleball court. There's not one here in Clearfield. It's like inside the YMCA.
Pretty sure you can play it on tennis courts, can't you?
I think the lines are different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the nets are smaller. Yeah, the lines are. Yeah, it's a smaller area to play.
Where did I just see? Oh, yeah. It's so random. But here's something, since you've never been to Aldi's, here's something about Aldi's that you should know. Aldi's doesn't just sell groceries. They have like a real random select set of things that change seasonally in the middle of the store. And they're usually pretty unique items. And one of those that I saw recently was a professional pickleball set.
No.
And I thought, what the fuck? Why would they be selling that? But it doesn't shock me in any way. But yeah, they sell just the most random assortment of goods in the center store.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying it at some point, but if there's no courts around here, there's really nobody to play with either. And then with Izzy actually wanting to play tennis, then it's like, well, we'll just stick to this for now. But yeah, she's got a long way to go. She's never played any sort of tennis before, so it was, a lot of just look at the ball, hit the ball, that kind of thing. But that'll be fun. I looked at their schedule. Oh my God. They don't play anyone. I don't think there's really no local schools that have a tennis team. So there's a lot of, like, if we decide, like, if I'm off a day and they have an away game, I mean, I'm looking at going to Evansburg. I don't even remember where. I think there's an away game at Huntington. Like, there is nobody close. It is, it is a hell of a schedule. We got, Huntington School, Bishop Guilfoyle, Hollidaysburg, Central Cambria, Tyrone, and Martinsburg.
Wow.
Those are the away games. But they only play for a month. Their first match is August 19th and they're done September 19th.
So side note here, I just saw something that's pretty cool we could talk about. That is a lot of fucking travel though, dude. Fuck.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be looking forward. I hate traveling more than anything.
I don't mind it. See, that's my thing. Because last year she thought about playing, and it was right before school was starting, and it was like they weren't going to have a home game for a while. So we looked at the schedule, and I think it was Martinsburg. I think it was like Central High School. So I was off. Izzy was, of course, home, and I'm like, "Hey, do you want to drive to Martinsburg and watch Clearfield tennis?" And she's like, "Yeah." So we hopped in, we drove down, and we watched it. And she thought she wanted to play, but then she said it was too late in the season, so she didn't want to. So, we didn't end up doing it. But no, I don't mind doing trips. Like, we're going on vacation here Thursday. We're going to Rehoboth, and that's going to be I think GPS says it's like a 5-hour drive. I can't wait.
Bad.
Yeah, I hate that whole I-81, I-83, that whole confusing ass shit right around. Where is that, Lancaster, York area? I hate that part. I've
never been down there actually.
Oh my God, because you do 322 all the way down, and then you got to do like I-81 north, then you got to do 83 south, and then you do something else, and it just feels like it's so close, and it's always so congested in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Hate it. But then once you get out of that little spot, then it's pretty smooth sailing.
I like 2-hour round trip in a day type of things.
Yeah.
Like State College or Altoona or Indiana.
Oh, yeah, I like doing those kind of trips too.
Just enough time to that feels like you've gone out of town, but you can be back. Pittsburgh, it's okay. It's not bad. Once I get it took me a couple years actually up until we went to the Penguins game to realize that Pittsburgh's not that far away if you mentally leave from Punxsy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I don't think
if you want to, yeah. I mean, if that helps you, that's perfect. I just don't think it's that far of a drive, no matter what.
Like it just feels like it is to me. But like whenever you, like I said, I'll go to Punxsy, for one thing. Like it doesn't bother me driving to Punxsy.
Oh,
so whenever, that's where Amanda lives. So we just went there to see her, Friday, and we, that was fine. But
how far is it from Dubois to Punxsy? 20 minutes?
No, it's like 40.
It's really?
Oh, yeah, okay. Like 35, 40 minutes, something like that.
Oh.
That's why it's hard for me to realize, like, whenever I'm llooking at and I'm like, oh man, an hour, 2 hours, and I look at it and I'm like, oh, 40 minutes of this is from here to Punxsy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that ain't shit. And then, when you get to Punxsy, it's only an hour away.
Yeah.
Same thing with Indiana. I look at Indiana, I'm like, it's only a half hour from Punxsy. Like, that's not bad.
Not bad at all. No.
So I just try to tell myself that that's what it is, and then it makes it a lot better.
Yeah.
For me, anyway. I'm all mental, man.
Hey,
driving.
You got to get your own thought process in whatever makes it work. Yet I have weird things like that too, where I can't think of any off the top of my head, but it's like, well, if I think about it like this, then it's not bad. Then, Autumn or somebody will be like, well, why do you think of it like that? Like, that's just that's how that's how it makes me get through whatever it is I'm doing. I wish I could think of something that I do. Well, here's a case in point with work. I try to be in a good mood on Sundays because somebody told me when I first started, they're like, Sundays are awesome because when you're done with Sunday, you only work with our schedule 2 of the next 7 days.
Yeah.
So Sundays, I'm usually pretty decent mood because I'm like, all right, after tonight, I only work 2 of the next 7 days. And then Autumn would look at me like, that's a weird way to look at it. And I'm like, well, yeah, but when you're done, after you work a weekend, your ass is dragging.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, so it's like, well, doing it that way, thinking of it like that, I'm like, that's a pretty cool way to think of our schedule, how it goes. It's going to be tough as shit. Now, like I said, the way that this is, airing, it's not going to make much sense, but like for me to work, like it's really hard for me to be able to try to focus to work tonight and tomorrow, knowing that after tomorrow, I don't come back till next Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
Like last night, there were a couple times I'm like, well, still have vacation time. Maybe I'll just use it for tonight and tomorrow. And I'm like, no, like I'm not going to do that. That's stupid. But like, I feel like tonight and tomorrow night are going to just drag no matter I don't know what we're running, what we're not running. It's just I feel like it's gonna be like slow motion because I'm so excited to go. And we're only going for 4 days. But still, it's 4 days. And they're saying 3 of the days it might rain. And I forgot because I was having like some anxiety. I always do this right before vacation. I get like panic attacks because I'm like, well, what if we're not prepared? What if something happens? Blah, 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 blah. Well, I was looking at the house and I completely forgot that this house does not have a stove or an oven.
Oh, the one that you're going to?
Yeah, it's got, I guess it says something, but I remembered this when we got it. I knew damn well, which, I mean, in all honesty, we weren't really we might use the oven one time, but it comes with a mounted hot plate. It's got like 2 burners, but then instantly it's just weird.
Bring your air fryer.
Oh yeah, I could do that.
That's probably what I would do. Some dumb shit like that.
Yeah, but I mean, because when we went last year we got a Airbnb house, and it was fully furnished, all that shit. Like I said, we used the oven one time for pizza. We ended up going to the Walmart, and we're like, hey, let's have a Walmart pizza tonight. So the chances of us even using it were slim to none. But then I started to get anxiety. And then I was just like sitting here, just staring at the pictures of this place, being like, well, I don't know. Is this place even worth it now? Like, what the fuck? But it's clearly going to be worth it because like I said, I think I've told this story a bunch of times. When we go to the beach, we always go to Ocean City. And every time, and I think I've said this on here, I might have said this on here last week. By the time you get to like Rehoboth Beach, I am like spent. I'm tired of driving, and I'm always like, Rehoboth Beach is right here. Like, that's the ocean. Like, we're literally at the ocean. Why can't we just vacation here? And then this year, Autumn was like, we've always said that, and we're just going to do it. So we're not actually staying in Rehoboth. We're going to stay in a town like right next to it called Milton, Delaware. And it's like 10 minutes to the beach.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the way to do it, man. I hope it's the way to do it. Because anytime we ever go to Ocean City, we'd always just get a hotel room and always be like literally like on the boardwalk. But I don't know, Ocean City's just becoming It's just the same old thing every year. Dirty boardwalk, weird. You got weird monk people walking around stealing your money. Well, they're not stealing it, but they never accept what you want to give them, and they talk you into giving them like $50. You just got to ignore them, though. That's the key.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bastards.
I've
Yeah.
been there, I think twice. I remember one time that I was there, and I saw the Ripley's Believe It or Not museum.
I've always wanted to actually see that.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, never. We've made it down that far, but we've never gone into anything over there. But yeah, I've heard it's pretty cool in there.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's
Yeah.
a lasting memory. Other than that, I don't remember anything else.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just
Anyway,
so
so
congested. It's just so
I
congested. Yeah.
I sent you a message on Facebook,
Alrighty.
so we can talk about this. It's pretty cool.
A 2026 movie slate.
Yeah,
Alright.
so there's a couple here that are pretty cool, but it starts off with Avengers Doomsday, which you'll hear us talk about in the next bonus pod. But yeah, Avengers Doomsday was just announced with the Russo brothers at the helm for the last two Avengers movies that they're going to do. With Robert Downey Jr. as, spoilers, Doctor Doom, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to take me a while to wrap my head around that.
My thought process immediately goes to like, imagine all of the heroes that got to see Iron Man, take his own life to save the world, and then he comes back as the next big bad.
Yeah. Weird.
Tom Holland's Spider-Man's gonna be like, what the fuck? It's gonna fuck with him so bad.
Well, that's what I saw. Somebody made a meme where it's Chris Evans, and he's like, how do you say that? He's like Tony Stark. He's like, what the hell? And then it's Robert Downey Jr.'s face with like the cape over him, and he was like, who the fuck is Tony Stark? And it was like, oh, it's like, the way that meme was done, I'm like, I could get on board with that. I think it was. I butchered it, I know, but it was just the way that it looked. I was like, okay, I could get behind this.
I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if they did some crazy shit. And maybe we'll just go with this as my theory. I heard it here first. They're gonna go back in, and they're gonna change the timeline, and it's gonna be a totally different variant of Iron Man that did all of that.
I could easily see that.
They're gonna go back and rewrite those movies like it was nothing, and it's gonna be like fucking Tom Cruise or something.
Yeah, that's the one thing I kept seeing this weekend is the whole bring Tom Cruise in as, what do they call it, superior Iron Man.
Yeah, which we all thought was going to happen in Doctor Strange. Which in retrospect, we thought that Deadpool, what we saw in Deadpool and Wolverine, we thought we were going to get in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and that never fucking happened.
Mm-hmm.
So the Deadpool and Wolverine definitely was a better. I don't even know what word you want to use for a better plate for that type of story, but definitely.
Yeah. Now, what's this? I'm going to just veer off real quick. I just saw a commercial or a preview that there's going to be a Batman cartoon. I think it's called The Caped Crusader.
Mm-hmm. It's
canon.
And
it's going to be on Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that? It seems like it's going to be pretty decent.
I believe it's going to be. I want to say it's canon. Maybe I'm wrong. I know that the very very first thing that is canonized in James Gunn's DC universe is an animated series, and I don't remember what it's called.
Oh, I think I did see. Oh my God! I think I just saw a real quick preview of this. Oh. Well, we're gonna probably have a little bit of dead
the
air.
Authority.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, this superhero ensemble dates back to 1999 comic books, so it's the Authority, a group of 7 heroes with very high concept superpowers.
That'll be interesting.
And then are you sure it's the Cape Crusader or is it the Brave and the Bold?
No, I think it's called the Cape Crusader.
Then I don't know what that is because the Brave and the Bold is the James Gunn's.
Okay, let me because it said it was going to be on Amazon Prime. Amazon Batman animated series Prime. Oh, no, it said Prome.
Amazon Prime.
Oh shit. Yeah, right here. Batman Cape Crusader, Amazon Prime. July 2nd. It says it's going to come on August 1st. Check out the trailer for eagerly anticipated animated series. It will stream exclusively. It's called Batman Cape Crusader series, blah blah blah. Doesn't say anything about being. It's a 10-episode series. There's a lot of names in this that does voices.
Yeah, I might be
Doesn't-
wrong. It might be Creature Commandos. One of either the Authority or Creature Commandos is the first thing.
I think it's at Creature Commandos. I think that's now that you say that, but the Authority sounded familiar though too. Yeah, so this Batman thing, it doesn't say anything about that James Gunn is affiliated with that at all. So it might have no. Just so many different things popping up and popping out and everything.
It's Superman Legacy, Supergirl, Batman Brave and the Bold, Swamp Thing, and the Authority. Those are all of the movies.
Okay.
And then the shows, Paradise Lost, which is a Wonder Woman prequel series, Booster Gold, Creature Commandos, and Peacemaker.
And I heard
Lanterns.
Lantern. Oh, I did. Yeah. Because isn't that maybe that Nathan Fillion might be in that?
I'm unsure, but I know that he's going to be in Superman Legacy. So
Yeah. Yeah, because you didn't like the way he looked in the set photo that they
yeah,
leaked.
you
Yeah.
convinced me to just wait.
Yep.
And not bid.
That's because I'm not going to lie. When I first saw it too, I was just like, ew, like, that's weird. I'm like, well, it's like one picture of one thing. It might not even be something that even makes the cut. I'm very, very excited for the DC stuff coming up.
Me
Because
too. Their presence at Comic-Con this year seems to be non-existent.
yeah, I think they did nothing. I think James Gunn came out. He didn't even come out. I don't think he did on stage. He just brought a video out of what the new was it the DC logo, the new DC logo, or the Superman logo.
Oh, the new DC logo. Yeah, it looks exactly the same as the old one.
Yeah. Yeah, and other than that, you didn't hear shit from them, which is, like I said, I guess it's fine. I kind of wish. I feel like they've shot enough Superman stuff that they could have at least given us something. Like,
I mean, he's not stupid. He used to work at Marvel. Like,
oh yeah,
he ain't dumb.
Yeah, no, he is not.
It's a big weekend for Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's not to say that San Diego Comic-Con is the big deal, but you know what else is a big deal? New York City Comic-Con.
Is it?
Yes, it's almost as big of a deal as
San
Diego, and that's where we used to get Walking Dead trailers and certain things. So they may do something at that.
Yeah,
if not, Marvel will outshine again.
Yeah, yeah. It definitely was a weird timing that they released Deadpool the same as the weekend of Comic-Con. Well played, obviously, because Marvel was. I didn't really hear much of anything Comic-Con related other than what Marvel did. And every year, it always felt like every year Comic-Con you would have a DC thing and Marvel. They would, then you had, like you said, Walking Dead and sometimes some other shows. But yeah, this year it felt like it was just Marvel, and that was it. And like
And
I said, that's fine. That's
yeah,
fine.
that's
Like,
totally fine.
yeah, and I don't need a lot. Like you said with this Superman, because the Superman that's going to be out next year, next summer,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
I'm pumped for that. I mean, I
I
love
am too.
Superman.
Yep, I am too. And like I said, I have total faith in James Gunn. Um, which brings me to this next movie that has nothing to do with the James Gunn universe, but it is DC related. Is I guess the Batman 2 will be out in 2026 at some point.
Yeah, and precursor to that would be the Penguin TV series. So
Yeah, and I watched a bit of the trailer on that. That looks
seems
pretty good.
yeah, it seems real serious.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a part of me that's just gonna have a hard time focusing on DC in its different universes. Like, okay, this Penguin will have nothing to do with James Gunn's DC stuff.
Right.
Just be, it's not like I'm not smart enough to, differentiate the two, but it's still just gonna be weird to do it.
And for those that give a shit, I know you're not that you don't care, but like not that you haven't watched it, but they did announce that, which we knew about, there's a prequel series to Dexter coming out, but they also announced that the original actor who played Dexter would be narrating the prequel series, and they're doing another series called Dexter Resurrection with the original actor and everything, which is fucking insane. Like, I thought Dexter was done,
Yeah, guess not.
so I'm pretty pumped about that.
Good. Um, let's see what else here. Okay, so with also DC, I see we got to have a Supergirl movie. Will be coming out in 2026. I think
So,
didn't they already cast the girl? She's isn't she the girl in Game of Thrones? Or not? It's not Game of Thrones. It's this new the Dragon House of the Dragon. I think
oh,
the
did
girl
they?
in I thought I saw the girl. She's the one that's with the dragons. Why do I feel like she got cast as Supergirl?
I don't know.
I could be way off. Not Super Grill, Supergirl,
Super Grill.
Super Grill actress. And it looks like I completely lied to you about that. Well, who's this? Cast Melissa Benoist. Oh no, that's the series Supergirl.
Yeah, she was terrible.
Was she?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I'm completely wrong. They must not have cast anybody as Supergirl.
Those DC heroes, they're just so weird. They're done in such a terrible way.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, they'd have one moment where the Flash could vibrate so fast that he made an entire plane transparent, or go through buildings without harming a single person, or the building or the plane. And he's so fast he could disarm 20 bombs around the entire city in the blink of an eye. And then the next scene, he's like, I can't catch that van.
So
Like, what the fuck? Like,
dumb.
you and Wally West, the fastest Flash in history, can't catch a fucking van? Like, okay, bro. That's a
Oh,
cool
right here.
story.
Millie Alcock has been cast as DCU's Supergirl.
Never heard of her.
No, she she looks like she's a Game of Thrones character. Let's see. During the announcement of the first few projects of the DC Universe, Gunn revealed that the Girl of Steel would debut in DCU's Chapter 1 with an adaptation of Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow's story from the comics to the big screen. House of the Dragon breakout star Millie Alcock managed to beat the Tomorrowverse Supergirl voice actress Meg Donnelly. Let's see. Alcock will reportedly make her debut in Gunn's Superman Legacy,
Oh,
which is, yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah. Millie. Millie. That sounds like an old woman's name. Millie.
Like Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, old Millie.
I'm surprised they didn't have a presence at this Comic Con this year.
I know. Yeah, because they should be done. They should be done shooting that. Because I think the way that they showed, oh my God, I just said his name on the last. David Harbour, the guy that plays Hopper. They said because he has a big long beard and everything, and I think they said he has to have that beard for because they're still shooting Stranger Things. But I feel like they should be getting done pretty soon. I would think.
That's crazy. I can't wait to see it.
I can't either.
Let's see.
Been-
We got Dune Messiah. I'm sure you're excited about that.
Yeah, a little bit. Like I said, I enjoyed Dune too. I didn't absolutely love it like everybody else did, but I enjoyed it.
And then I'm really excited about Shrek 5. That's cool.
Yeah. Shrek I feel like Shrek 3 and 4 were terrible.
I like Shrek 3. Shrek 4 was dumb.
Or was
But-
it maybe it was 3 that I liked and it was 2 that I didn't. I loved the first one. I think I like 3 more than I like 2, if I remember. Which was the one with the fairy godmother?
That's 2.
That is 2. Well, what's 3?
3 is they have kids.
Okay, I've never seen 3 then. Never mind.
And then 4, they introduced Rumpelstiltskin. Oh, it was really dumb.
Yeah. Okay, so I've only ever seen 1 and 2 then. I tried to
3 was
watch
okay.
parts of 4 and I didn't like it. I must have tried to watch 3 and I didn't care for it.
Yeah, I mean, you grow out of them eventually. I'll check out
Yeah.
5 when it comes out. See what happens.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well,
Sure it'll
speaking
be a
of
big
another
deal.
5, Toy Story 5 will also be coming out. I see down here at the
Look
bottom.
at that. That's fucking cool.
Yeah. Now this one here where it says Star Wars Untitled Film, I think that's already mistaken. Last I had heard they weren't planning on doing more than one movie every year. So I think
you
I
the
think what's
Mandalorian Grogu is going to
yeah.
be their big deal.
Well, shit. No, yeah. I think it's going to be Mandalorian and Grogu will be the one that they do, and the Untitled one. Because I think the way that they made it sound like was the Untitled one was probably going to be the Rey one, but apparently this director they picked has never really ever directed any fucking movies. She's only ever directed weird documentaries. So it's like,
Huh.
why would you hire somebody that's never directed a movie to direct, kind of a big deal kind of movie? Makes no sense to me.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
So
It's a bold
I'm
choice.
like I said, I'm gonna guess it'll be Mandalorian and Grogu, and there will not be an Untitled film. Could be wrong. Lucasfilm and Disney, they change their fucking mind all the time. Because I think because the one that they want to do where it's almost like an Avengers style where they're gonna bring Mandalorian, they're gonna bring Ahsoka, they're gonna combine all those series into one. That they're talking that won't be for another like 5 years at least. And then the other one that they had talked about, because it was 3. The Rey movie, the movie where they bring everyone all together, and then one where it's like the very beginning of the Jedi.
Yeah.
But I think that's another one that there's been like no script, no nothing, like just nothing. Then again, I haven't heard much about Mandalorian and Grogu either. Like scripts and shootings and all that stuff. I guess they still got time since it says 2026.
Right. Trying to find one for 2025, but there's nothing.
Yeah, because some of these don't do it for me. Like Jordan Peele, I watched Get Out, and I thought that was decent. I never really watched many Jordan Peele movies. Let's see. Hunger Games. I've never really watched any of the Hunger Games movies. Let's see.
I'm excited for Mario. That's cool.
I didn't care for the Mario movie. I fell
You wa-
asleep.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It bored me.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
it is. I was because I was like a half hour in, and I'm like, well, is it going to start getting funny? And then next thing I knew, the credits were rolling. Yeah. So maybe I'll give it. Maybe I'll give it another shot and actually stay awake for it all. The Last Airbender. I don't know shit about the Last Airbender stuff.
No, I don't either.
The Hunt for Gollum, Lord of the Rings. Gollum, isn't that the My Precious thing? The Precious. So this
Yeah.
is that. Yeah. So this is another. They're gonna do another prequel of Lord of the Rings. I don't think so. I didn't mind the movies.
I mean,
I didn't love them. I didn't. They were movies. There were some really cool parts, but
let's see. So next year we got, in terms of what we're gonna give a shit about,
yeah.
we got nope, 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 nope. Don't care about that. Oh, Captain America, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I
Nope,
guess.
nope, 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 nope.
Oh my God, this is a lot of no's here.
Thunderbolts, May 2nd.
Okay, I could
Ooh,
maybe get on board
Karate
with that.
Kid.
No,
I'm gonna see it. It's gonna tie into Cobra Kai, I'm sure.
you would think. I mean, if you're gonna have, you can't have Machio in it and not have it be not even close to being related to the show. It,
Not to
it has to
mention
be
Cobra Kai season 6 um release dates.
because doesn't part 2 come out in beginning of the year or something like that? Didn't you say?
Yeah, let's see here. The second part got an early release date of November 28th, and the final part, when the hell does it come out? Oh, February 13th.
Yeah,
So literally 2 months before May
yeah.
30th, 2025 is when the Karate Kid comes out. So if
Yeah,
there's
it
not a
has to.
tie-in, then I'll be shocked.
Yeah, it has to.
Um, it says June 27th, untitled Sony Marvel movie. So some kind of Spider-Man universe movie.
Sounds about
Um,
right.
July 11th, Superman. July 18th, The Naked Gun with Liam Neeson.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, I
July
like Liam
25th.
Neeson. Oops, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good. July 25th. So exactly a year from now, pretty much. The Fantastic Four.
Okay.
Um, as far as oh man, Now You See Me 3.
Ugh.
Did you ever watch Now You See Me?
Yeah, I don't get.
They
I
were
didn't.
fucking awesome. I loved those
Mm,
movies.
nah,
Both of them I thought were excellent. Um, these
nah.
are these movies are TBA. I guess they're remaking Dirty Dancing.
Oh, they already did that.
I guess they're doing
Because
it again as a
the
musical.
oof.
There's another scary movie coming out, like like
Oh, okay.
the parody or whatever you want to call it. Um, Freaky Friday 2.
Okay.
Wake Up Dead Man, which fucking looks awesome, which is the Knives Out prequel or
Oh,
sequel. And Welcome to Derry, I'm pretty excited about that, which you won't be because it's horror,
yeah.
but that
No.
is a preview or a prequel of It,
Oh,
which
looks
is
like there's a.
shocking. I know you don't like horror movies, but when I watched the second It Chapter 2,
Mhm.
they tell you like the origin of Pennywise, and it is so fucking weird.
Hmm.
And that's all I could think about while I was watching those movies. It's like, what is this thing? Like, and it's not demonic. It's like he's like an alien.
Oh.
You know
Huh.
what I mean? And it's creepy, but like it kind of made it less scary to me.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense. Like when I found out it wasn't like a ghost or like a demonic presence,
Yeah.
he's just a weird fucking alien that eats kids, and I'm just like, bro, what? He just took on the persona of a clown. So I want to know what he was before he decided to do that, because
Yeah.
they mentioned that, or that he chose a clown
Mm-hmm.
to lure kids in.
Gotcha.
So, but I know you don't like clowns, so that's why you'll never watch those movies. But yeah, it's
Well, here's the funny thing. I do remember watching, it was the edited version of it. It was like on, I don't know what the hell it was on. And I did watch it.
with
And I
Tim
didn't
Curry
think
or the original or the newer one.
the newer one. Yeah, it was a couple years ago. I watched it. And it was, I mean, it was all right. You know, it was all
I didn't think
right.
they're bad. They're fucking weird, but they're not
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. Let's see. I just see now. Okay, so there's these commercials coming out for Wicked. I don't get it. I don't understand. I think Autumn said she might want to go see it. I have no desire to see Wicked.
I mean, Wicked is very, very highly regarded as a Broadway musical. In terms of a movie, I don't know. I don't know if I care.
I can't. Ariana Grande is so tiny and so puny and just so gross looking now. Like she's not what I remembered like back when she was on the Nickelodeon shows. You know, I used to think, oh, you know, that girl's pretty cute. Now she's like, oh, like just, good, gross.
Yeah, I don't really have a desire to see that. Maybe I'll rent it.
Yeah.
I don't really care for the Wizard of Oz. I think it's a dumb story.
I thank you. Thank you. I've always thought that The Wizard of Oz is such an overrated movie. I mean, I'm sure in the grand scheme of things, the scope of productions and blah, 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 you know, all that shit. Yeah, but the movie itself, no, I could do without it. I think it's overrated.
Yeah. Now I wouldn't mind. I've never seen Twister. I wouldn't mind checking out Twister and Twisters. I heard that Twisters is
God,
pretty good.
Yes, I have heard from a couple of different people that Twisters is good. Twister, yes, you need to watch that. It's got some, you know, it's mid 90s movie, so of course it's got some, you know, cheesy 90s dialogue, but
I like that shit though.
yeah. Yep. Philip Seymour Hoffman's in it. He's funny in it. He's not a main character, he's just a side character because he hasn't this was before I think this might have been one of his very first movie roles ever.
A breakout role action.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not a bad movie at all.
Hmm.
Yeah. I see. I was looking here too. I mean, I see. What was one that I saw? I mean, I have zero desire for any of the Jurassic World movies. I see one's supposed to come out. Where in the hell was that? The Passion of the Christ Resurrection? For real? How are you?
Wait, really?
Allegedly April 18th.
There's no way that movie is going to.
That can't be real. This has got to be fake. It says Mel Gibson director, Jim
What?
Caviezel. I can't. This can't be real.
Dude,
I'm on Wikipedia.
I'll tell you what's coming out this year that I'm pretty pumped about, and I don't know if did we talk about Red One?
Red One. What the hell is Red One?
It's a Christmas movie starring The Rock and Chris Evans.
Oh, yeah, okay. I did. No, I don't think we talked about it.
It looks so cool.
I like how that dude that plays Santa, what's his name? J.K. Simmons?
J.K. Simmons, yeah.
How he's like all jacked.
Dude, I can't wait for it. It's like gonna be like the manliest like Christmas movie ever. Now, that one with David Harbour, that movie is nuts.
You told me about this.
Oh my god. Like it is
think
crazy.
This was one of those movies. I think this was one of our very first, like, could it have been one? No, it wouldn't have been one of our first movie conversations at work. But I remember you telling, you were the main proponent. Proponent? Were you a proponent? You told me I had to watch it. Because you said how surprisingly good it is.
Yeah, it blew my mind.
Yeah. because I've
Silent
heard
Night,
from.
I think it's called.
Yep. Because I a couple other people had said the same thing. They're like, if you watch one, you got to watch this one. They're like, it is so wild, but everyone said it's surprisingly good.
I can't remember what it's called. It's not called Silent Night. Oh, Violent Night. It's so interesting. Like,
Yeah.
dude, without. I mean, I don't know if you're ever gonna watch it. I would highly recommend you watch it. But
Oh, I'll watch it. I just
the
got to remember to watch
the
it.
way he kills this dude at the end of the movie fucking blew my mind.
Oh, really?
Oh my god! Like, just unbelievable. I was like, what? It's David Harbour, Bev D'Angelo's in it. It's a wild movie.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it because I think it's on. It's on one of the streaming things. I know I've seen it.
It's so violent. It's so funny. Like, just so weird. And just seeing David Harbour is this like just grisly old Santa. There's another one I watched too. With Mel Gibson was Santa Claus,
Really?
and it's so grounded. Like, it's so what's it called? Oh, it's called The Fat Man.
Oh, Jesus.
And it's just so like I
Man.
don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah, there was a time Mel Gibson was really cool.
I mean,
Now
this came out in 2020,
Oh, that's very recent.
and it's like he plays Chris Kringle, and he's forced into a partnership with the U.S. military, making matters worse. He gets locked into a deadly battle of wits against a highly skilled assassin hired by a 12-year-old for receiving a lump of coal.
Mm.
It's bad. It's so weird. It's so serious
Yeah.
and not whimsical at all.
See, now for 2026, there's one here that says all it says is Spielberg's UFO movie.
Yeah.
I wonder what the hell that's about.
I wonder if it's going to be like Close Encounters of the Third Kind 2 or something.
Maybe because some of these other ones, like Frozen 3, no. Ninja Turtles, no.
Ooh, I
Transformers.
love that one though. Mutant Mayhem was so good.
I'm sure it was. I forgot about the Transformers and G.I. Joe like team up movie.
Oh, that's going to be weird.
Yeah, 1980s me would just have an absolute conniption, or like a good conniption over that, but no. Toy Story 5, I don't know, Project Hail Mary, Street Fighter, and then The Exorcist. They've done enough Exorcist movies. That's what I just saw. Oh my god, yeah, I feel like they've done a lot. They've done more,
didn't they?
Yeah, Russell Crowe was in it. I think Russell Crowe was the guy doing the exorcisms. I think it was based off The Exorcist.
Pretty sure it was, yeah.
And another movie franchise that's driving me nuts. I saw there's another Alien movie coming out.
Romulus?
Yeah, I have zero desire to see that. Zero.
Yeah, there was one that came out more recently that I thought the trailer for that looked so cool, and then I never watched it.
Yeah. I remember Prometheus was okay. Like, okay, that's as high as I'll go. And then whatever the one was after that, it had what's his face in it, Danny McBride. And I thought, oh, that might be all right because he's funny. Yeah.
I may have told you this, but I watched Prometheus completely unaware that it was even connected to the
You did
Alien
say
franchise.
this, yes. Yep.
So I was like, I mean, which is good because it's a prequel. So I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Covenant.
Yes, Covenant looked pretty cool.
Yeah, it looked cool, but yeah, it was anything but. Like I said, it's another one of those I'll say, yeah, at best it was a meh.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, very meh. Yeah, they should have they've made there's way too many Alien movies. So what is it? There's 4 alone with Sigourney Weaver. Aliens. Yeah, I think she's done at least 4. Then you've got your Prometheus, your Covenant, and your Romulus. So there's 7 right off the top of my head. And there might be another one sprinkled in there somewhere. Maybe not. But no, 7's more than enough. You don't need to go any further.
Oh, there's a new Cat in the Hat. Oh, that's animated. Never mind. I don't give a fuck about that.
Cat in the
Yeah,
Hat.
Avengers Doomsday. Actually, it's so funny. And if you look at the Avengers Doomsday one on this list, it has Robert Downey Jr., Jeremy Renner, Benedict Cumberbatch, Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby. So that right there confirms
Mm-hmm.
all these
Fantastic
heroes.
Four.
Sebastian
Yeah.
Stan, Florence Pugh. Who the fuck does she play?
She's Black Widow's sister. Remember
Oh, okay.
Yelena. Because she's in the Hawkeye series too. She pops
Gotcha.
up.
Oh yeah,
What the
David
hell's her
Harbour.
character's name?
I never watched Black Widow.
It's not bad. It's not great. David Harbour in it is great. Yeah, Florence Pugh is I think that's her name, Yelena. She's pretty good in it. Yeah, I would recommend it. Because it's set. What is it? It's set between. Oh crap! Is it set in between Winter Soldier and Civil War?
Oh, maybe.
I think I know it's set in between two.
Like I know it bounces back and forth between her past and
Yeah, they
present.
show some past stuff. Yeah, the fucked up shit that she went through. Her and her sister.
I watched like the beginning of it. I never did finish it.
Yeah. It's good. Like I said, it's good. There's some really cheesy ass fucking special effects in it. Like you can tell it's one of those because didn't it get fucked up because of COVID? Like it kept getting pushed back and
Yeah, I think so.
it was supposed to come out in like 2016 and it didn't come out till like 19 or 20 or something weird. What the hell is Florence Pugh's name as? I feel like she has like a name, like
Like a hero
you know,
name.
yeah. Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts. Do 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 do. Julia Louis Dreyfus. It just says Florence Pugh is Yelena Belova,
Huh.
member of the
Maybe she.
Thunderbolts, who was trained by Black Widow.
Yeah, maybe she just didn't have a
Yeah, I
hero
guess
name.
just they say Harrison Ford's gonna be in the Thunderbolts movie. Huh.
I heard
Interesting.
he was like. I heard that he was out on stage at Comic Con, and he was someone posted pictures of him being just very energetic and animated, and they're like, they must be paying this guy buku bucks because he
Uh-huh.
is more animated than I've ever seen him in anything for Lucasfilm.
Yep. Yep. I saw that too. Then somebody asked him a question. It was something about him, when he becomes Red Hulk. And it was some stupid question. He's like, this is about as dumbest question as the whole who shot first Han or. He says, I don't give a shit. But yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, he does seem pretty animated in it.
That's funny. Side note, I guess their Penguins tickets go on sale tomorrow.
Oh.
You know
Well, there
what?
you go.
This morning I realized. So the other day, and I didn't tell you this out loud because I don't know if you noticed or not, but I was fucking glued to that rugby game that was on the TV in the break room.
Well, fucking rugby is
And
fun as shit to watch.
I know, but it made me realize something that I'm like, and then this morning someone said, hey, the preseason football starts like in 8 days.
Yeah, it's gonna be
And
Hall of
I
Fame
found
games
myself
coming
like
up.
getting excited,
Good.
which is crazy because I've never, ever in my entire life been excited about football. So
Yeah, it can be very addictive.
I'm
Very
pretty
addictive.
excited to get started
Yeah,
with it here soon.
yeah. I
But
mean,
yeah,
there would be
Penguins tickets go on
weekends.
sale. That's fucking cool.
Yep, there would be weekends where I would do nothing. I would watch college football from noon till 11 at night on Saturday, Then Sunday, I would watch NFL from 1 to 11 o'clock Sunday.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't sit as and watch as much anymore. Like Steeler games, if I'm home, I will sit and watch the whole game. Unless unless they're getting blown out, then I'll get mad and walk away. But yeah, you guarantee during the fall I will have football on Saturdays and Sundays.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Look at this shit.
Yep.
The debut of Utah Hockey Club in Pittsburgh is slated for Saturday, November 23rd.
Oh.
That might be
So-
a fun one.
So they still haven't come up with a name yet.
I don't think so. Utah Hockey Club.
I mean, hell, if they want to keep it hockey club, that's a little cheesy, but it would be okay. But
I
they're
think
going to
that'd
come
be
up.
cool
Yeah.
to be a part of the first game.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be neat.
Yeah.
Because I don't
Yep.
want to. I don't know if I want to watch. Let's see, December 23rd against the Flyers. Like, I would go for my birthday, but they're playing the Maple Leafs again, and I already saw them play the Maple Leafs.
Yeah, you need to see it. Yeah, you need to do maybe like a Flyers or Capitals, like one of their rivals. That'd probably be a good one.
I would actually not mind a trip to Pittsburgh on December 23rd, so close to Christmas, to see a Penguins game. That might be really fun.
Yeah.
We'll see. Tammy mentioned to me last night. She's like, "Are we gonna go in the fall?" I was like, I don't know. I hear that opening season games can get pretty pricey. So
Yeah, probably. But I mean, you never know. I mean, it could all it takes is for one person to be like, "Nah, I can't go. Here's 2 tickets pretty cheap."
right,
Yeah.
heck yeah,
Yeah, it's coming up. It's good stuff. It's good time. I'm just now, like within the last couple of days, have just now really started to watch football stuff. Like, because training camp's starting, so I'm really watching and listening to Steelers stuff. Like, used to during football season, that's the only podcast I would listen to. I mean, other than us, is I would on my way to work and back, I'd always have it. It's called Steelers Depot. I
okay.
listen to those guys religiously. They're two of the most. It's usually just the same 2 people. They are very, very objective about the Steelers. They don't get high on the highs. They don't get low on the lows. They're able to just keep their fandom right in the middle. Of course, they say they get a little, amped up during the games, but when they do the shows, yeah, they're very, very fair. Like, they're not going to say somebody's good when they stink. They're not going to say somebody stinks when they're, and they watch tons of film. It's amazing the amount of research those guys do. But they're right up there with some of the best to listen to. So if like I said, if I recommend you listen to anybody to get going with Steelers stuff, that would be my recommendation. Is Steelers
Called
Depot.
Steelers Depot.
Yep, Steelers Depot. I follow them on Twitter, and I have their podcasts. They usually always have at least, I'd say at least twice a week. Sometimes even 3 times a week during football season. They'll have a show.
Are you sure
They
that's
do-
what it's called? Because I'm not getting anything. Oh, wait.
I can't be more sure.
A terrible podcast, Steelers podcast via the Steelers Depot.
Yeah, it's called the Terrible. The Terrible Podcast.
Okay,
Yeah,
I got it. I'm following it.
yeah. I forgot that's what they call it, as the Terrible Podcast, because their website is called Steelers Depot. I forgot all about that they call it that. But yeah,
Right,
definitely give those guys a listen. They're pretty. The one dude, he actually he went to college at Clarion, which is kind of weird.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Yep. The other guy, he lives all the way out in Vegas. He doesn't even go to Steelers games, but he's been like a He didn't even grow up in Pittsburgh. He's like from like Florida, and then he moved to Vegas. Very weird that he's like as diehard a Steeler fan as he is, because you would just assume, being a Steeler fan, you're gonna be from Pittsburgh or any of this stuff. Yep. Dude has only been to Pittsburgh like one. He goes to Pittsburgh like once every 6 years or something like that. It's weird.
That is weird.
It is weird. I think we might have to cut our show down. I'm starting to lose my voice.
That's okay. That's honk.
It's very honk.
That's all right. We should probably end her now anyway. We've been talking for about an hour about absolutely nothing. So
yeah, exactly. Just as we planned.
that's all right. I gotta get a nap in for work, and I gotta take kids home and all that shit. So
Yep. Yeah, nap does sound good. Oh my god, my voice is going, man.
it's okay. It's all
Yeah,
right. Just in time for work tonight.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell we're doing tonight.
Who knows? I'm not looking forward to it.
No, I'm not either. I don't want to go.
All right, folks. I guess that's it for this episode of Ineffably Sublime. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
essential time.